10 years of Bionic. Can you guys really believe 10 years since Bionic came out? Like, I really feel like it was yesterday. The album that, you know, kind of started the modern day social media stan wars. Like, if you really think about it, this started World War III back then, back in the day. If Twitter was really the way it is now, because Twitter was out, but it wasn't like a big thing. But on the music forums, the bitches were coming at each other's neck over this album. Like, this really started the modern day stan wars. I feel like there was always like that problem, but I mean, that among other things is what makes this album so iconic and the era so iconic. But if you want to talk more about the era and all that situation, I do have a separate video on that, so you can definitely look it up, or I'll put it in the comment below. I'll pin it. But the album itself is what we're going to talk about on today. First of all, this album definitely was ahead of its time. I will say, I do agree with her. You know, maybe it was just ahead of its time for some people. It really was. If you look back in 2010, the girls were not having it with this album. They hated it. They were not liking it. They were really dragging it through the pits of hell. And poor Christina did not deserve that, and this album didn't deserve it. It got such a bad reputation. I think the problem was that she was marketing it some way, but the songs that she was releasing were not really matching what she was talking about. But if you listen to the album, you know, there's only one problem with this album. The track listing / just the length. The length of this album is astronomical. It is way too long. Like, it is just too much. We do not need 25 songs. You really don't. If this was like a 14-track album, it would have been perfect. I think people would really be talking about it as like the album of the decade, or one of them, you know, like top 5. And it still is to me. It's what, like, I still listen to it. To me, it doesn't sound of its time. Although there are quite a few songs that do, they need to go. They need to be cut. So the highs are really high, and there are some lows that are pretty low, and they need to be removed. If you just remove it, then the album wouldn't be perfect. But let's hop into the track by track. So it starts off with Bionic, which to me, that is exactly the sound that we needed. Like, come on. Bitch, come on. It was futuristic, it was aggressive, it was in your face, it had lots of, I think it had lots of hooks. I think I said in my era video that I would have made it a single, or the lead single, which I'm kind of like retracking back, and I'm like, maybe not. I don't know if it was really radio ready, but it was just such a perfect introduction to the album. Because the album is supposed to be futuristic, like she said, but, and like experimental, and it was. Like, this song was like the perfect introduction to it, and it's one of my favorite Christina songs. I was obsessed with this song. I was listening to this on repeat when it came out, when it leaked. I remember just listening to it on repeat. Going to the White House and Philadelphia, whatever field trip we went on in 8th grade. Bitch, everyone was just gagging over Avatar, watching Avatar on the TV screens. I said, shut the fuck up. I'm listening to Bionic leak because it was May 20th and the album was already out like a month ahead. Poor Christina, she really couldn't catch a break. But this song is so fucking good. These lyrics, it's like, everybody's gonna shout my name. XXXTTT. It's very like rapper. Like, I love the verses were very rapping. Like I said, it was very aggressive. It was just, and it was very cocky. Like, I love the lyrics. They are cocky, but they're like more like confident. It's just like a perfect introduction to the album. Okay, but then you go into Not Myself Tonight, which is the first song that needs to be removed from the album. That's first of all. Second of all, it should not have been anywhere near being a lead single. Like I said, if anything, it should not even be on the album. It's so, bitch. This melody is so shit. Like, what is this mess? Tonight I'm not the same girl, I'm not the same girl. Like, what? That's one of the most ugliest choruses I've ever heard in my entire life. The production is kind of cute, but it's so dated. Like, this song, the second it came out, it just sounded like 2010. Honestly, it sounded like 2009. It sounded like 2008. Like, it just sounded of the time. The production was just not it. The melody is disgusting. Tonight I'm not the same girl, same girl. Tonight I'm not myself. Like, the way the melody is just ugly. The lyrics are so stupid to me. Like, it's just so cliche. The whole production of it, the song, the melody, the lyrics, everything is just really generic as fuck. Like, this sounded like, to me, like someone that was like a brand new girl in 2010 could have released, like someone that you've never heard of and was just starting up their MySpace, and like, you know what I mean, and like the label was like, okay, let's give them a quick little hit. That's kind of what it sounded like. It just was just not the tea. Although the end is when the production started getting a little experimental. these drums. Like, this is what it should have sounded like. Because all of a sudden, after the last 10 seconds, we start getting a good sonic sound. But the rest of the song is shit. The melody is disgusting. I hate that song so much. Okay. Woohoo. Now, Woohoo should have been... That is like a perfect example of what the first single should have been. Because it is experimental. It is... You know, it sounds like nothing that I've ever heard before, to be honest. It doesn't sound like any other song. You can't even compare it to anything. I can't really put it in a genre. It is so extremely catchy. It's fun. It's quirky. You know, it's flirty. Tipsy, play along with me. This is hooks on hooks. Come on, this is so fucking catchy. It was like the perfect example of being rhythmic, and it was like kind of poppy because the melodies are so like they get stuck in your head so quickly. The whole buildup of the song, her vocals toward the end start getting like she start ad-libbing left and right. Nicki's verse on this song is one of my favorite Nicki verses ever, and it's just so fun. It's so flirty. It's so exciting to me. It definitely should have been a single. Should have had a huge fucking music video, and it would have been epic. Like it just like you blast it. This is one of the songs that some of my locals knew. I remember being in the car, and you know how we all burned CDs back in the day, and people had their burnt CDs with this song on it. I was like, how do you all know Woohoo? And I don't even know. I think it was because they were all like Nicki fans, so they were kind of just going on YouTube and looking up like Nicki Minaj, and because she was just starting to get big at the time, which again shows how trendsetting she was at the time, because Miss Nicki wasn't, you know, nobody was really like, Nicki wasn't huge at that point. She was literally just on like the cusp of becoming like a name that people even knew in general. So these vocals at the end, come on. Get my hips kiss on my, all over my, come on. These lyrics are so cheeky and funny. You know, the personality that reeks out of the song, it's just perfect. It really is one of my favorite songs by Miss Christina. And speaking of favorite songs, Elastic Love, another one that is, to me, one of my favorite Christina songs of all time, and one of my favorite songs of, honestly, maybe one of my favorite songs of all time. To me, this song is like perfection. It's this heavy bass in it. It feels like a rubber band. Like, I love the whole analogy of the rubber band throughout the whole song, because I feel like the sound of it, the way it just feels like that bass, just feels like it's going in and out. Like, I don't really know how to explain it, but it feels stretchy. And like, I really don't know how to explain it. Just give it a... Come on. Like, that whole build-up, bitch, I don't even know what's going on. It's so inventive. These lyrics, come on. She's a genius. She really was, come on. Like a pencil trying to write, and you're erasing me. If I was a ruler, I'd set you straight. But your lover's like a sharpener, it really grates. Like, literally, if you read the lyrics of the song, it's so metaphorical, it's so analogical, and like the analogies in it, the metaphors, the similes, all the situation, like comparing everything to like paper supplies is so fucking funny to me. Like, every lyric, you know, paper clips can hold us together. If we were graphic tape, maybe we could spend the summer. Whatever the fuck she said, something about stapler. Even staplers couldn't hold us down. You know, like, the lyrics like that, to me, it was so clever. The production is so modern and sleek, and it just feels like it feels like a trampoline. It feels like a rubber band. Like, it just has like this heavy bass that's banging in your head. And I love the whole talky, like, it just felt very... The aesthetic of it felt very fashion. Like, it just felt like very forward-thinking, like, editorial type of sound. I really love this song. Elastic Love is one of my favorite songs of all time. Lyrically, sonically, the whole thing is just like perfection, and it's so genius and clever. Love. And then we go into Desnudate, which Desnudate, to me, again, another favorite Christina song. Like, really, take out Not Myself Tonight, and the first 5 songs is like one of the best beginnings of an album ever. Like, it's so experimental, it's so ahead of its time, and it's fucking funky and fun as hell. So Desnudate reminds me of Get Naked by Britney so much. I'm sorry, she had to have gotten inspiration from Get Naked from this song. Because even that rhythm, to me, is giving me Get Naked. Not just lyrically, but the feel of it. But this is such a hot-ass song. Like, it's so fucking good. Come on, you got that Latin influences in the sound, you hear it? like sonically it was very, again, it was still like electronic, it was still forward thinking, but you have like these Latin influences throughout it. The whole, this to me, again, one of my favorite Christina songs, but it just feels like a party. Like, it's just so feel good. It's so sexy. It does feel like the lighter version of Get Naked by Britney. Like, Britney's song is very dark. This one is also kind of feels like that. Like, it has a very heavy sound, but it's a little more lighter. And I think like the Latin influences throughout it. Those ad-libs, you know, like the way this builds up, these little Latin sounds. These fucking vocals. You know, the best thing about her is when she makes a sex song like this is obviously like a very much a club song, sex song, like something you could choreograph, something you could party to. But her big vocals make it so much better because you don't really have people who make... This is a really good thing about Christina is that, you know, of all the songbirds, you know, like people who are vocalists, you don't really get sex songs like that or like big club anthems. You don't. They don't do it. They really go either R&B or like adult contemporary type of ballads. So Christina's really the only big, huge voice girl who makes club songs. And I think like with this really party sound and then you have this big vocal with it is like something that is so iconic to me. And that's why I love, love, love her club song so much because you really don't get that. You don't get it. So, Desnudate, a classic. Could have been a single, should have been a single, should have been a music video, as most of these songs on the album could have been. Now, Glam, to me, I never cared for this song. I don't really... It's not for my palate. It just... Every time I go to play Glam, it doesn't play. I don't really fucking know what's going on. But, it's a little boring to me. I don't like the whispery vocals of the verses. It's cute. It's very vibey. Like, I'll give it that. It's very vibey. But it's giving me, like, commercial... Like, I don't know. It feels like maybe if you had, like, a fashion designer and you put on the TV and you see a commercial for, like, Dolce & Gabbana or something, then maybe you'd see the girls, like, I don't know, like a commercial backdrop or, like, an interlude. It's just very vibey. It doesn't feel like a song to me, though. It feels like background music a little bit. It's very... There's no climax of it. It's just very one tone. It doesn't really go anywhere for me. It's not catchy. I know a lot of people like it, but for me, it's just not my personal taste. I just feel like it doesn't really go anywhere. And it also is giving you Forever 21, like, I feel like I'm in the fitting room and this type of song would be on, maybe. Not for me. But Prima Donna, this is another one that could have been a lead single or one of the singles. It's very, again, this is one of the songs that is like Not Myself Tonight, where it sounds like 2010. Like, you hear this song and to me it does sound like of the time. But it's way better than Not Myself Tonight. I don't know why the label would have heard this album and not have thought maybe this should have been the single, because it's just like the better version of Not Myself Tonight. Come on, this is really good. Her vocal delivery in this song is one of my favorites. And that deep vocal, that authoritative, commanding. Gonna forget my troubles, 'cause it's a special night. Actually, you know what? Let's reverse all this. This should have been the first single. It really should have, because you know what? It is kind of inventive. I was saying it was dated, but honestly, now that I'm listening to it, yeah, it does sound like 2010-ish, but it still has a flair of, like, innovation. It would have been a perfect way to introduce the album, because it is club ready. It is, you know, it has that futuristic sound, and I just love the whole, it's very just, like, dark and, like, sexy, and just has, like, this, I don't know, like, nightclub, dark Tokyo futuristic type of sound to me. And then her vocal's so big. This vocal's on the song, come on. That's such a hook. Come on. Imagine the choreography to this, it would have been hot. Like a video to this. Those sounds, like the alarm in the background, come on. But yeah, one of my favorite parts, like I said, was the commanding vocal. It's very, like, she's commanding you to the dance floor. Like, she's not playing a game with you. You're getting up on the floor, bottles pop, pop, pop. You know, and it has, like, this gothic feel to it, too. I really love that song. Now, Sex for Breakfast is another favorite. I mean, like I'm saying, this album is just favorites on favorites on favorites. It's every song to me is. Oh, besides the ones that I don't like, the ones that are amazing, they're amazing. Like Sex for Breakfast is one of her best songs, one of the best sex songs to me. I don't understand why when I'm playing these songs they're not playing. It's so sensual. It's so. Come on, this is like classic R&B. It's timeless sounding, like the melody, the harmonies. Ooh, this is one of the first songs on the album where the vocals gives me goosebumps. You know, while the rest of the first 10 songs are very, you know, like I said, authoritative or like big and just deep and whatever the situation is. But this is the first song where her vocals sound like, I don't know, like they just give me goosebumps. They sound like butter. I love that it's called Sex for Breakfast because first of all, the song feels like a Sunday morning. It feels like the breeze is coming through, the sun is coming through the vertical lines, and you know, you got your breakfast coming to bed. She sounds like butter. Like this song is butter personified. This is R&B gold. I'm sorry, if you like R&B, like this is a perfect song. When the sun rises. And it's catchy as fuck too, you know what I mean? It's not like boring. Come on, girl, what? And the bridge to me, I fucking love it. This whole song is just so sexy, it's so sensual, it's so romantic, and it remains catchy, so it's like a perfect song. I love Sex for Breakfast. Lift Me Up. Lift Me Up to me is not one of my favorites. It's not. I know objectively it's a great song, like let's be real, it really is, but this to me reminds me of like Beyonce's I Was Here on 4, where I know that it's a good song, I know that everyone loves it and it's inspirational and blah blah blah, but like to me, I don't know, it just doesn't do anything. Like, I just don't like this. I don't like the production. I don't care for the melody. The melody to me is not that good. Her vocals are great. The lyrics are great, obviously. It's very inspirational. But to me, it's just like... I don't like that production. That's the biggest problem. Okay, you know what? I lied. The melody's pretty good. The problem is the production for me. I don't like the production. It's just like ugly to me. I think if this was like an acapella type of song or like a piano situation, then I would have really loved it. So that's 1. And 2, I felt like the song could have been bigger. I don't know. It just feels like, I don't know. It's just like a little, I don't know. I feel like I should really be liking it more. Oh, I love that little transition right there, but that's my favorite part of the song. Although, okay, you know what? We're witnessing a very large change of opinion. Okay, wow. Yeah, those background vocals, like that whispering in the background plus the big vocals, maybe she snapped. Okay, I'm gonna say after that bridge, the song is fucking amazing. First 2 minutes, I can't. So going forward, I will be listening to the song from the bridge onward. But the rest of the beginning, I just can't deal with it. See, you see how opinions could change real quick? Okay, All I Need reminds me of like Sex for Breakfast in that it's like so romantic, it's so sensual, it's so pretty. Obviously, it's not about sex, so it's not like, you know, it's not like Sex for Breakfast where you're trying to ride somebody. This song is more, it's just really pretty, like you want to slow waltz to it, you want to cuddle somebody. It's so heartfelt, it's so passionate, I love the melody, it's just so pretty. Her vocals, the harmonies. It's very pretty. The bridge with that piano is gorgeous. I mean, like, it's giving you music box skills, you know what I mean? It's very haunting. Guys, it's very haunting. Come on, let's be real. So I do love All I Need, but honestly, if we're going through the album and we're cutting songs because the album is way too long, this is one of them that would go for me personally. I love it, but it's just not, it's not something that I go to too much. So, and to me, you have I Am, which comes right after it, and I feel like I Am does the job of what All I Need is kind of doing. It fits the role of that sound that she's going for. I Am is one of my favorite Christina ballads. That, like, oh my god, it's so pretty. This is like a music box. Like, this feels like a lullaby. Like, you feel like she's singing in your ear. Like, the lyrics are so gorgeous. Come on. This is, it's genius. It's magic. Yeah, to me, I Am. I love the verses. She's like, I am, dun, 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 dun. I love the whole contradiction that she gives to the lyrics. It feels like poetry. The songs is lyrically, it's very poetic. I don't know. It always put me in, like, a mood. Like, whenever I would lay down in bed, back in the day when the album first came out, this is the song that I would just put on repeat while I was trying to go to sleep. But I couldn't because it's just so fucking good. I was like, this is, like, lullaby-ish, and I kind of want to, like, fall asleep to it, but I couldn't because it was so fucking catchy, and it's just so gorgeous. One of my favorite Christina ballads of all time, gal. And so is You Lost Me, which You Lost Me is fucking genius. This is, again, a song that is one of her best ballads. Like, honestly, I don't understand how people can't like this album, because each song that I listen to, I'm like, this is one of her best songs. It is. Like, it is. The build-up of this song, it's so climatic. Like, in the beginning, it's very slow, and the song is very theatrical, it's very dramatic. I just love the way that it builds up from the beginning. Towards the end, it just explodes into this big, atmospheric, theatrical, dramatic, climatic finale. Like, it's just so fucking good. Like, I don't even... The emotion in the song is to me, one of her most passionate performances on a song ever. Like, you just feel the heartbreak in her vocal in this song. It's a fucking beautiful song. I just can't take it. And this bridge is one of my favorite moments. Like, you feel the betrayal in her voice. That's the best part about the song, is not only is it just beautifully written and it's really like a timeless classic type of song, it truly is. I don't think anyone else could have done this song the justice that Christina did to it. It literally, like, you just feel the betrayal and hurt in her vocal is what makes this song so heavy. Like, it really feels like it's so depressing, which is why, even as a single, I remember in my Era video I talked about this being the second single and how, like, a ballad isn't great for summer, which, is true, but it's not totally true. I think the problem is not that it was a ballad. The problem is it's fucking heavy, and not because of the song or itself, but because of her vocals. Like, you literally feel depressed. Listen to her. Like, girl, you just want to cry for her. I can't even listen to it. Like, when I listen to it, I literally get upset because I'm like, she was going through it. Like, that is a beautiful song and a beautiful vocal performance. One of my favorite Christina songs of all time. But like I said, I gotta be in the mood because it's so depressing. Like, she really put the passion in that vocal. Okay, I Hate Boys. This is a song, just cut it. Cut it the fuck out. Why is this song on the album? How is this on the standard edition when you have songs like Monday Morning or I love Bobblehead. But I know a lot of people don't, but, like, I Hate Boys, if you're gonna go, like, the quirky fun route, why would you put this on and not Bobblehead or something like that? You know what I mean? Like, it's fun, though. I will say, years have gone by and it's fine, it's quirky, but this chorus is disgusting. I think they suck, and my friends agree. Okay, the whole chorus is just very juvenile. The song is very juvenile. It's definitely not something that I would listen to after, like I said, over the years I've grown on it, and, like, if it plays, I'm like, okay, like, it's just fun, it's, like, stupid, like, you can blast it and, like, have a fun, though, cute time with it, but it's just it's stupid. It's stupid lyrically, it's a terrible melody, it's clunky as fuck, and I'm just not here for it. This song needs to be cut out immediately. But I do like that she was trying to go, like, a 60s, 70s, like, because it kind of has that vibe, like old school. type of vibe, but it just didn't work. It just did not work, and the lyrics are so stupid, I just can't. So next, My Girls. Actually, you know what? My Girls and I Hate Boys, they can both be cut out, but My Girls, actually, this is one that I, like, in the beginning, just like I Hate Boys, I hated it, but over the years, I feel like My Girls really grew on me. Like, it's actually kind of really good. It feels very stylistic. This is giving me Tokyo vibes too. Like, it's very futuristic. I feel like we're in a Lamborghini. I'm seeing blue. I'm seeing white. You know, like that type of color scheme. Very Need for Speed. Like movie soundtrack. You know, something fun. It is. It's very fun. It's very quirky. It feels very futuristic. I love Peach's rap on it. And, you know, like I said, if you don't like this song, I think give it a few tries. And I think it'll latch onto you. It's actually really fun. It's really fun. It's very, like, quirky. That's why I Hate Boys can go. Because why do we don't need all these type of, like, themes, you know what I mean? Because this is kind of juvenile, but at least the production and everything kind of makes it fun. We could cut it out. You could cut it off the album because, like I said, it's way too long, but I really liked it. It grew on me, like, tenfold throughout the years. And then Vanity, to me, Vanity is literally one of the funniest songs in the world. It's so fucking catchy. This is how you do kitsch. Like, this is how you do cheeky, tongue-in-cheek, like, something very just, like, again, I Hate Boys was trying to do it, but this is the way you fucking do it. Like, this was so funny. Like, genuinely funny. And catchy. If I were her, I would kiss me. The whole mirror, mirror on the wall, like, motif is so good to me. Cause I found somebody. But, like, this is fucking funny to me. And it's so insanely catchy. This was like probably my favorite song when I first heard the album. I was like, this is like the most instant. Like, you'd be surprised. I don't know how people feel about it. I remember a lot of, like, it was very 50-50 with people. This song was either you thought it was really stupid and, like, cocky. I mean, to me, it's obviously supposed to be ironic. Like, it's supposed to be funny. It's not supposed to be cocky. She's not really saying, like, you know, I'm the queen, mirror, mirror on the wall, I'm fingering myself, I'm so pretty, whatever the fuck she's saying. But to me, like, the whole Prince, like, tell him, Prince Charming, give me a call, never mind, you know, I make myself so much wetter, whatever the situation, like, whatever those lyrics were, they were just funny. The song is so catchy. She should have made a music video for it. I used to play this for everybody that I knew back in 8th grade. Like, if you look at my yearbook, people wrote, like, lyrics to it, or, like, were, like, mentioning the song because I just would play it for everybody, and everyone loved it. Everyone thought it was so funny and so catchy, and, like, we would just, like, stomp around the house, stomp around the school, just, like, quoting the song because it was fucking funny, and it kind of, like, really builds you up and makes you feel fun and makes you feel like confident and sassy. And yeah, I fucking love that song. Now, Monday Morning. See, Monday Morning is another one that could have been like a first single type of situation, because it's so good, it's so inventive, it's so futuristic, it's so timeless. It's kind of sexy, like, it has that, like, slinky vibe. This is very beach vibes. I don't know where I'm going just yet. It didn't work, and it's so catchy. Like, and it's just sexy. Like, just the vibe of it is so good. Ayo, catchy as hell. Like, ooh, I love Monday Morning. Actually, I feel like this is the sound, again, where she just kept talking about in her interviews, like, oh, my sound is supposed to be very futuristic with this album, but when you play it and you're hearing it, and she's giving you songs like Not Myself Tonight, or, like, I don't know, like, I Hate Boys, you're kind of like, what the fuck's going on? But something like this is, like, a perfect example of what the album was supposed to sound like to me. It's just slinky, it's sexy, it's so good. And Bobblehead, to me, I put in the same vein as Vanity. Like, Bobblehead and Vanity should have been the two songs that were, like, playful and fun if you want to do that. And it's extremely catchy again, and I love that it's, like, the production is, like, kind of like Elastic Love, where it has, like, this, like, it's where the production and the melody sound like what she's talking about. Like, Elastic Love feels like a rubber band, and then Bobblehead, like, the production sounds like something bobbling. Like, I feel like I'm, like, I feel like a bobblehead. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It just has, like, this feel.
Wait, like, I don't
like all these echoing parts. Like it feels like Airhead. Does that make sense? Yeah, and the lyrics are funny. By the way, with words you give me nothing, bitch. Like she's giving you rapper. I know you got a brain, why don't you use it? Like these lyrics are so sassy, they're so funny, and they're clever. This to me is like Elastic Love again, where the lyrics are really clever. Like to me, she's giving you like rapper. If you listen to the words and the way she's rhyming and the way she's singing, she's not really even singing on this song. She's really rapping. Like this is kind of like a rap song because she's not singing at all. She's literally rapping, and the lyrics are super clever, and the production is super fun and different. I fucking love Bobblehead. This should have been on the album, and I know that this one is like kind of like controversial in the way that, again, a lot of people love it and a lot of people hate it. I feel like I saw a lot of hate for this song, but to me it's so fun, and I just love the whole lyrics. Birds of Prey, like, girl, I mean, she really put her foot down with this album. Like every song that you hit is kind of like, this is kind of genius. Like this Birds of Prey, this is giving me Frozen by Madonna. Like that's like the vibe I guess of it. Oh my god, it's so dark. Like the aesthetic of it is so gothic, and it kind of has that sexy feel. Like I'm picturing her in all black garb, literally like Frozen. Like when I think, I'm picturing blackbirds coming, like black doves, or you know, like in a haunted forest, maybe Wizard of Oz, like when they're going to the haunted forest, something like that. It's just very dark, and like the aesthetic of it and the vibe of it is just so like, ugh, it's so fucking good. It's a genius song. It's seductive. It's like, it feels seducting too, even though it's clearly not, because the lyrics are nothing like that. But like, I just love the whole dark vibe of it. Again, why is something like Birds of Prey, you know, Monday morning, not on the standard, but we have songs like fucking Not Myself Tonight on it? Like, what is going on? Like, I just can't take it. Stronger Than Ever sucks ass. I will not listen to it. I will not talk about it. This is another song that is... The vocals to me is like grating and just bleh. To me it just feels like it's so cliche. Like the lyrics are cliche, the production is cliche, the vocals are terrible, like everything about it. I don't even want to talk about it. It's just so stupid. Why was this even recorded? Again, like songs that, like, we don't need the album to be that long when you have like so many sparks of genius throughout the album. Why are we just throwing everything on the track list? We don't need everything. Little Dreamer, I don't have, because I actually have the physical copy, like the actual physical copy, where that song was not on. Like, I'm just seeing that on here. So if you want me to do a separate reaction, like a first reaction, where we just hear the whole song and we react to it, I will do it for that song, because I don't know what that song is. I've heard of it, but I never had it because I bought the album. So, never heard it. If you guys want me to do a first reaction to that, I will definitely do that for you. Also, I don't know why I Am Stripped is on it. They should have had All I Need stripped, because that song would have benefited from that. I Am, the original song, kind of feels stripped already to me. But overall, switch up the track list, delete like 5 or 6 songs, make the album like 14 tracks long, and it would be literally a perfect album. Pick some different singles, make like almost all the songs could have been music videos. Imagine a tour with this. Like the album is very visual. You listen to it and you feel like all I'm picturing are performances and aesthetics and pictures and photo shoots and like movies. Like I literally see movies and colors when I hear this album. So redo the track list, get rid of the shit, pick different singles. This could have been literally one of the best albums and eras of all time. Genuinely, I really feel like that, and it's definitely ahead of its time. One of my favorites. I still listen to it to this day. So you guys write in the comments what you guys would have changed the track list to give me a different vibe for it, because I don't like the way, like, I want to make a different playlist, because sometimes when I go to the album, I'm like, let me just listen to some individual songs, and then I don't listen to my favorite ones because they're just stuck in this ugly ass track list. Does that make sense? So I feel like we need to redo it so that we can actually listen to it and have the genius of it that it is. So y'all let me know what you guys think of the songs. And girl, see, like, I'm tired. Like, it's too many songs I was talking about. Like 23 songs. Like, my jaw hurts, bitch. I can't do it anymore. So y'all let me know. Comment below and peace the fuck out.